I'm Tisha Green.
I'm Brandon Johnson.
Lisa Weaver.
Tyman Williams.
We chose to do the artist's truth. We chose Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and we picked 4 songs to talk about his truth. We have Hard Knock Life, H to the Izzo, Empire State of Mind, and Holy Grail.
I'm Tisha Green. I'll be doing Jay-Z's background. Jay-Z was raised by a single mother in the streets of New York. He experienced a tough life on the streets, and he briefly attended high school. He was raised on the Brooklyn Marcy housing projects, and his dad walked out on him at a young age. Eventually, he earned a living by selling crack, an occupation that later provided the narrative for some of his most potent songs. He was a reluctant rapper, focused mainly on the occupation of selling drugs. In 1996, he formed Rockefeller Records, and he issued his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, which dealt frankly with his adolescence on the streets, making reference to the time he spent selling drugs.
The first song we're talking about is Hard Knock Life. Primarily, he saw himself as so much more than a rapper. He saw himself as the vocal leader to talk about his life, vice the microphone, or anyone who can't rap. So he wanted to represent and tell a story of everybody who's been through what he's been through or heard of anyone who has been through it. He wants to speak about their lifestyle to people who, though they may say that they're from the suburbs, not be a part of that world, still want to know about it and understand it. So he just wanted, his truth was to tell everyone about his background, how he came out of the project.
The next song is H to the Izzo, and it's off the Blueprint album, which was made in 2001. It is one of the best albums of his career, and it was produced by Kanye West. The first verse deals with his early career as a drug dealer. It includes his escape from conviction. The second verse narrates his struggles with the exploitive recording industry. And the last verse reverts to childhood growing up in the Marcy housing projects. Hoover refers to Hustlers of Virginia, where he claims he sold lots of drugs.
The next song is Empire State of Mind, and it's about how Jay-Z was from New York and how he never will forget his roots. The verses are littered with specific details from his biography. He mentioned his real address, which was 560 State Street. He's not dreaming about what the city has to offer, but he already has it. He's out of Brooklyn, where Sean Carter grew up in Marcy Projects. He teaches his listeners the two-sided lessons of greater promises and challenges. He warns us about the allure of the Big Apple as well.
Okay, in Holy Grail, Jay-Z is basically like describing how, you give everyone so much, and then at the end, they take you for granted. This may be one of his truths because, in his life, he dealt with hardship, and he gave a lot up, and, and part of his lyrics, he talk about once all the money blows up, all the pigeons take flight. This basically states that once the money is gone, people will leave you. This is based on Jay-Z's truth that, it's a hard knock life.
Our topic about his truth, he is the vocal point. He's the one who made it through the project. So he wants everyone to be motivated by all of his songs. He came from New York. Empire State of Mind was an anthem for New Yorkers. Anyone who was in the projects, they're the ones who need to listen to this to pump them up to make it out. That anyone struggling, they can do it as well, because he was in the drug game and he got out of it. So in actuality, he wants everyone to be who they want to be, know who they want to become, and they can get out of the struggle if they choose to.